Hello! How are we doing tonight? So, we've got a little bit of sky, and now the moon has gone down, we can start to see some of those absolutely stunning colours there as well. And Betelgeuse is a very big and bright and orange, how I've been expecting it. So that is good. Should we get ourselves live everywhere else as well? Ooh, what are we, Saturday night? So it'll probably be a bit of a quiet one, but let's just see how we get on. So we're going to be looking for UFO, UAP live in the night sky tonight. And we're coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which, if you know, is right in the heart of Crop Circle Country and just down the road from Stonehenge. Carl is already in. How you doing, matey? Look at the sky tonight. So some of those colours now the moon's gone away. Look at that, and you can see how big and bright Betelgeuse is there. Oh, look, the grid's still up. Let's see how long that one lasts as well. How are you doing, Carl? How is your weekend going? It is, isn't it? There, Stephen, hello as well. Happy New Year, if we haven't said it already. Good to see you in. Everybody's rolling in there. So yeah, we've got the Orion constellation in shot for us right now. So we're going to be looking for UFO, UAP, and all of those weird and wonderful things that are in our night skies there. So do keep an eye out, and we can zoom in on the good and the interesting stuff there if we see anything come up on screen. So yeah, let us know that. But also, if you're new here, say hello. Let us know where you're watching from, and do join us there. How are we doing, Chris, as well? Good to see you in there. And all good. How's yours? It's been a busy one, but it's been good. Quite productive. Been having to play with some new toys as well. Belgium, I love it. So you guys had a really big UFO flap, didn't you, in the 80s and 90s of the triangular craft UFOs there. Is that something that did you witness that yourself, or did you know somebody that has there? How do you feel about that one? I love getting our international viewers in as well, because that's how you get those perspectives that you don't hear anywhere else. So we get what the media hears and comes down through the chain, but when you get to speak to people, you get to hear those little details there. Oh, you didn't yourself there. Do you feel like it was probably a true event? Or was it maybe misidentification there? It's worldwide. Well, the UFO phenomena definitely is a worldwide there. And Carl, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
First Alan snacks of the night there. And Tracy Anderson, how are you doing? Good to see you in. And Thruhausen is in as well there. And did anyone see that pink sky in Birmingham? I haven't seen it. But yes, Chris, you are very right there. The phenomena is worldwide. And a lot of people do say, well, why is it just the Americans that get all the UFOs if they're real? And the truth is that, you know, it is worldwide. Now, America kind of leads the way in media for a lot of us here in the Western world, so we tend to see a lot more of their stories. But the phenomena is absolutely everywhere, and there's some fantastic international sightings. One of the most prominent one of interest at the minute that we hear a lot about is the Varginha case, I think, in Brazil. And that has not only all the elements of a probably a true crash retrieval program there, but of contact with the beings themselves. It's very, very interesting. And Mandy, hello, thank you for the heart there, appreciate that, guys. It all goes back into the stream as well there. And Pluto, good to see you there. We are the team there. Stars are looking incredible tonight. So we had a few good Skywatches, didn't we? Not last week, the week before there, but the moon was up bright. And it was really affecting some of those distant stars, some of those colours. But now that's gone away. Look at Betelgeuse up there. Betelgeuse, and that is the one that people do think is going to go supernova, hopefully some point in our lifetime. So that'll be interesting to see, because the night sky for us will be as bright as day if that does happen there. And Mandy,
Thank you for the alien pets.
Thank you for feeding Alan. It's not my place to judge him and what he eats there, is it? But yeah, so that's a good one to have into, and a long time in Brazil. And I hear Bradsky as well. How you doing? I hear that the South American nations there actually it's much more open with the UFO culture and conversations around it. So I wonder if that's true. Are we a bit behind here in the Western world? Still a lot of stigma, although it is slowly eroding there. As well, Private Tomcat, good to see you as well tonight. So we are looking at the Orion constellation here. We are based in Wiltshire in the UK, which, if you know, is right in the heart of Crop Circle Country, and it's just down the road from Stonehenge. A very ancient and mystical landscape here. These are the skies to be watching for the phenomena. And we tend to see something interesting every time we get the camera out. This is a live view from my garden in front of us there. And we can spin the camera around, we can zoom in on the interesting things that we see there. Josie as well, good to see you in. How is your weekend going, guy? It's still cold in Wiltshire. Stephen, you are not half wrong there. I thought it was getting warmer, but no, today is frozen. It's all frozen over as well there. Look at Betelgeuse. Shall we zoom in on this beautiful one there?
Zoom mode activated.
Look at this one. So this big bright orange one here is like a very large orange star there called Betelgeuse, and is it about 640 light years from us there? So it's basically on the other side of town in space terms there, so it's not too close to be dangerous, but this is the one that they suspect, judging by the light that has been emitted and its behaviour that they've been able to monitor there, that it could go supernova at any point there. So that's going to be a phenomenal sighting if we do get to see it. But it's so big and so bright. We think that is going to be our new companion for the stream over the next few months, probably then handing back over to Vega over the summer period, because that was our purple companion star that month tonight there, wasn't it? Alan's being good tonight. Tracy, never. I don't think it's in Alan's dictionary. He doesn't understand that Earth word, but you know, kind of like children pretend to not hear you. It's kind of Alan. Good now. No, not got that one yet. Leanne as well. Thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom. Thanks, guys.
As well, then, Bratty. All four and missed the last 2 streams and had a horrible cold, so didn't even look at daylight. Oh, Brad, I hate it when that. Not only do you feel rough there as well, but you kind of get all out of sync as well there. So I feel you there. Hopefully you're feeling a bit better there. So luckily you didn't miss much. I don't think last night we were just doing a bit of gaming over on these ones. There's a little bit of something different there because it was a cloudy sky there. And Paul, Beetlejuice is looking like me after a Christmas dinner. He's just waiting to go supernova there. That's when you hope that you're one of those, you've got a house with 2 bathrooms there. Chris, ley lines and magnetic phenomena in the ground are mostly a UAP hotspots. So I don't know much about ley lines, which is a bit silly because I am right in the place where all of those ley lines are meant to converge, one of the hotspots for it. But you are right, there is a connection with all these things and the phenomena. So I'm just starting to get a grip with some of those things there as well. But yeah, they talk about lots of them converging here in Wiltshire, you know, so we are just down the road from Stonehenge. So lots of that weird stuff there. And I do think that the phenomena, all of the phenomena, the paranormal, weird, the folklore, is probably all going to have a similar explanation to it there once we uncover all of the details there. And Leanne coming in with the shares, thank you for those, and the hashtags too. Motorhead, good to see you. It is those likes and those shares, guys, that does help us reach more and more like-minded people there, getting more eyes and minds on the old phenomena. Sharing our experiences together there can help us all piece this puzzle together there. And is that Orion's belt? Yes, so that is Orion's belt. Now, you guys over on the TikTok, you're seeing it orientated like that, so that's what it's like there. And if you want to see it properly horizontal and a bit more of the screen, there we go. Catch it there. As you can see, a little bit more of the night sky there, so you can join it there as well. But guys, do make sure you are following, because we do something like this every night. So if it's a clear sky, we're doing the live UFO UAP Skywatch. That's what we're doing now. If the moon's up, then we point it at the moon there. We see all the craters, all of the details, and talk about some of the weird sightings we've seen on, off, and around the moon. And if it's cloudy, we're doing an alien or radio signal hunt there. We've got a large radio antenna there that, as the Earth rotates, hopefully it passes over a star, sending a message. And if you're following, hopefully you'll get a notification when we go live there. So I'm Pluto. I'm lucky enough to have 2. One is just, yes, totally. That is I could have done with 2 things in this house: a second bathroom and a garage. That would have honestly, I'd never need to move again for that one. I'm very happy to be here with you. And Chris, we are very, very happy as well there. And honestly, my favourite part is hearing from everybody, hearing your own experiences, your own opinions on it as well, because as we say, it's painting, this puzzle, or piecing this puzzle together there. And I really mean that, because you never know who's going to come in with like a slightly different thought or a bit of news that you've not heard about there, and we can all understand the phenomena a little bit better together there. Appreciate the likes tapping away there, guys. And now Alan is staring at you into your soul there, and I believe in portals both in space and on the Earth. That again, it's an area that I've heard a little bit about. I do not know much about it, but I'm very interested to see where it goes. I think this new way. Hey, cowboy hat. Hey, thank you, Pluto. You get the real one on for that. There we go. I do love the old cowboy hat there. That's pretty cool. But you guys on the tubes there, you won't understand what we're doing. That animation doesn't come across for you, sadly. But yeah, portals, this connection now that we're talking about, this second wave of UFO interest that we've started a few years back, is about to it's really changing the conversation. A lot of the consciousness aspect is coming into play now, isn't it? And all of this sort of metaphysical world, which again, it's not an area I know a lot about, but I'm excited to learn a little bit more there. And thank you, Pluto. I keep threatening Leanne that I'm going to just grow the moustache there. I mean, I've already got a little bit of one. I just have to shave the rest of it. I'm going to go for a cowboy, I think, there. And Scotland 369. How are you doing? It's from Texas. Oh, love it. And love that state. How are your skies there? But you've seen some phenomenal things there in the past. There. And Loras, how are you doing there? And just listened to the interview. Thank you, Loras. I haven't listened to it yet. I haven't got the stones to hear how I came across there. So, that's the BBC interview that we did there. So we're only in it for about 3 or 4 minutes or something like that there. But they did a special piece. It was a radio program and an article on the 60th anniversary of the UFO flap that we had here in this small town back in the 60s and 70s. So we did a little bit of a chat about the stream and what we're doing in these day and age here about that. So you never know how. It's definitely out of my comfort zone for that one. The Texans. That's it. Well, I've got the cowboy hat to suit it, haven't I? There. It's my spirit state. Is that a thing? I know you get spirit animals. My spirit state. There. The camera's very professional. Thank you, Laura. That's there. I'll take your word for it. I had said I don't have the stones to read it myself. There, and Texans arrive when the cowboy hat appears. It's a sign. It is. It's a cause and effect. So if you did the old Egyptian pharaoh one, we're going to get some Egyptians in there. Do the potato one. What do we get there? And I would have been. I was. You can hear about how I saw that in that little clip I had to post. I had to listen to that, and you can hear how many times I'm breathing so quickly. It's definitely out of my comfort zone. But you're very kind, so thank you there. And there are natural portals and satanic portals. And I lived in a house that had a satanic portal. Are they then the satanic ones? Are they sort of created by man and like it's done in that negative way or done wrong and it comes out that way? And the natural ones, what's the criteria? Do you think then for them forming? Is it to do with the landscape? There may be energy that is in the landscape that allows it to happen, the geology may be there, and Pluto as well. Thank you for the other gifts there, guys. All the gifts, the subs, the patrons that do go back into the stream. And we did a Patreon deep dive last night, didn't we? We got about 40 pages in to a 375 page document, and it was the Condon report there done in the 1960s. Independent report for the US Air Force into the UFO, the UAP phenomena. So that was quite interesting. It's going to take us a while to do that. And if you want to join us for the next one, it'll be in a couple of weeks' time on a Friday evening. But there's a link in the bio there that gives you it for free for a whole month. So you can join us and catch some of those and watch the past ones back there. It's very interesting. I totally agree. Even if it doesn't always align with what we're thinking, it's very good to kind of go back, isn't it, and hear what they were talking about then and kind of flesh out some of those details that, I mean, we've all heard about contextually in various interviews and people talking about the phenomena, but actually going back to the roots of it and hearing it firsthand, for me, I feel like I'm fleshing out that detailed there. And did you just pretend it was chatting to us? You know what? It was a lot harder than that. I thought, I've been doing the stream now, it'll be fine. But having somebody in the room with me totally threw me off. Like totally, it was a weird experience actually doing that, having them pull the mic out for that. So I thought I'd be easier, but you guys, I mean, it's just text, and I don't have to. If I don't have the music on as well, that throws me off because then all I can hear is my own voice. So I'm not quite there yet, but we will get there we'll get there at some point, won't we? There, it was very interesting. We've still got a few pages to go, so I wonder when those field reports that they're talking about coming out later, what they based their decisions on there in the Condon report. So I think that's going to be interesting to hear some of that and see if we come to the same conclusions there. And Pluto as well.
Nom nom nom, thanks.
Thank you for feeding Alan there, and it was very interesting. Loving the stickers there. And good evening, Andrea. How are you guys doing there? And Rio is in the house as well. And hashtag bring back Pluto. I agree with you there, Scotland. I agree. It's a planet to me still. It's a planet there. And there was only two types of people. Those who existed when Pluto was a planet and those, then the normies, yes. I mean, obviously it's a generational thing there, but I think we should bring Pluto back into the planet club there. I mean, it's got to be over like a few percentage points. It's not going to be much in it there. I think it's a bit harsh to take that one away, but we may have another planet in our solar system. They do say, and they've said it for a while, but they do say they are on the cusp of detecting, I mean, I've lost count now. Is it planet 9 if you don't include Pluto? And they do believe that that is a planet that we may have captured at one point, or it might be an original one that got thrown out there on what's called an eccentric orbit now. A normal orbit is a nice circular or elliptical orbit that, pretty proportional around the host star. But an eccentric one is basically anything that's weird. So it can either be like go really far out and then come close to the star like that, and once every 10,000 years it comes into the inner solar system or something like that. Or it could be the angle as well. Things like that. So they're looking, hopefully they're on the cusp of that direct detection of that other planet there. And hopefully the old, it's not the Anunnaki, is it there? And their planet that they're talking about that was coming in. That was part of that story, wasn't it? That there is this planet X that comes in and kind of causes all hell. And you know what? That would be true. If there was a planet that does come into the inner solar system, if it's got enough mass and it comes close enough there, it will cause all sorts of gravitational upsets and cause all sorts of weather events, probably dislodging a lot of comets and things. So that will, you know, mean that, yeah, there's a lot more danger if that is true. So hopefully this planet 9 is on a nice stable orbit outside though, and it doesn't come right through there. And Andrea as well, thank you for the heart there. And the natural portals are part of nature, and just like the paranormal, it's completely natural. And the satanic portals are created by black magic sacrifice and connect to demonic realms and are not natural there. So it's also the part of the place they go then. So it is the those demonic realms. Very interesting. I do think there is a little bit more than I initially believed in that religious context. Not saying that I'm fully over the line, but I think if we go through all of the old religious texts there, I think you break it down to its constituent parts, probably all are talking about the same thing there. And we're all good, Rio. How are you? How's your weekend going? And I was brought up with it as being part of our solar system. Exactly, Andrea. Bring it back. Alan, what do you think? Is Pluto a planet? Yeah, he said Pluto's a planet there. And the star in A3, it looks as bright as a Betelgeuse there. A3, oh god, it does actually, doesn't it? Yeah, it is a little bit smaller there, but it's a contender, isn't it? Now, which one is that? We have looked at that before. That's the bottom of Orion, isn't it? Because this is his body, that's his belt, and that's his sword. And one of these isn't actually a star, and I think it's the second one in.
Zoom mode activated.
Let's have a look here. All right. Can we get in here? So this is Orion's sword here, and I think it's this one that isn't actually another star like we're seeing here. This is actually a nebula. Yeah, so it's all of those gases of materials and things there that will at some point form into more stars when they condense down. Good observation there. And Jim Bob, and I've not seen any satellites for 2 months. Is it just me? No, Jim Bob, you are right there, and that threw me off first there, because when we started doing this in the summer, we were catching, obviously trying to get on as soon as we could because it gets dark so much later. I mean, there was I think like 10:30, 11:30, something like that at some point, that it wasn't getting dark for us until then. So we were just coming on just as it was dark enough there. And what happens is, if you imagine my microphone here is the Earth, and this hand is the sun. So obviously we're here, the sun is shining down, and as it goes around the back, we don't get any sunlight, so it's night to us. But when it's just coming around the side, all of those things in low Earth orbit there, or even higher up orbits, the sun is still visible to them. So that light from the sun bounces off of them and bounces back down to us on Earth. And what's happening now, when it's later on at night and we're looking, it gets darker earlier, that sun goes fully around the back even for those objects. So they're all still up there, flying around, but there is no light for them to reflect, which means we don't see as much movement, and therefore if there is some anomalous things up there that we were relying on that reflected light to detect, we aren't going to see that. But we still do see those odd objects moving around, and if there is no sunlight for us to detect, for them to reflect, how are we seeing the ones that we do see there? Though they must be emitting light themselves there, rather than reflecting it back. And the satellites don't emit light; they just reflect it. Same as space junk there as well. And Freeman, where are we looking tonight? So this is the Orion constellation. You can see his belt right in the middle there, and there's Betelgeuse right there. Betelgeuse is the one that is about to go supernova, they believe there. So you're not on your own there, Jim Bob. And as well, Owen, thank you for the gift. Do appreciate it. How are you doing this weekend? Astra's in there from a freezing Rotterdam. It's pretty chilly here as well, so I'm feeling you there. And Dan as well, disclosure in 2026. Trump's got his speech written, apparently. I'm hearing things like this. And it does feel like we are on the cusp of something, doesn't it? You know, there is just a lot more activity, a lot more conversation around it, and I don't know, is it going to be a dramatic disclosure like I initially expected, you know, Trump with a speech? I would like that. But I think what will possibly happen is like a warming us up to it. There'll be more sightings, we'll be more connected like we are all here tonight, you know, sharing our accounts and witnessing things ourselves live. So we'll all just kind of get that general understanding. There'll be that cultural consensus that there maybe is something going on. More films will come out, more media that will point it this way as well. Harko, hello, thank you for the heart. And Harko, keep an eye out for shooting stars and the old anomalous objects, because if you can see them tonight, they are the last 2 stamps that you need, I think, Harko. So then we can get your passport sent over to you there. In winter, Earth is tilted the other way, I think. So, well, you've got the tilt. That might be another explanation. allowing for the thing. I have no idea. I can't get my head around some of those stuff though. But that might be another part of it there, Leanne, as well. And I miss the red planet there, Freeman. Honestly, it should be coming into range for us soon, because we moved into this place in the end of February, and it was those early months there when I would go out in the garden and go, oh my god, these are so many stars. I've never seen so many. And at that time, I could see Mars visually with my eye. So we're in January now. We're only a month or so away. Mars should probably come back around for us, I imagine, there. But Betelgeuse is not a bad companion. Who here remembers having a Vega in shot there, because now that was a big, bright, beautiful purple planet. So Betelgeuse is almost as bright as Vega. It's as big, but it's orange rather than that lovely purple there. Oh, you missed the red pixel. We said red planet, Freeman, sorry. The red pixel, I think it's still there. It's a bit faint. The dead one, isn't it, that keeps making... What is that? There as well. Yeah, Trump is wanting to destroy this planet. Hey, I mean, for me, they're all as bad as each other. They're all as bad there. And Dan has got the Spielberg film, so it's literally called Disclosure there. And Spielberg is one of these people, isn't it, that is reported to be... sorry, excuse me, there, he's reported to be used, isn't he, to seed information to the general public there. So you think of his back catalogue of films, all giving us a sort of an understanding, even if it's through fiction, through narrative. He's giving us some information about it without being directly explicit. So I think this Disclosure film from Steven Spielberg, that's meant to be about June this year, coming out, I think that's going to be very, very interesting indeed. What I'm going to be looking for is what... My brain's gone dead. What is it that I think what message do they want us to have there? What bit of information? Because obviously if there was a hard disclosure, if a mothership turned up and over every capital city and they just couldn't hide it, then, well, the more of a shock that is, and the more problems that's going to cause. Whereas if we can go, oh, we get what that is, that's a mothership, that's aliens, and it's all right, I've seen E.T., so they're all friendly, so I'm not going to panic. Or I've seen aliens, and I am going to panic there. Oh, yeah, so you caught me out there, Andrea. Yeah, Orion is a lovely one to see there. Lisa, how are you doing there? And I wonder if they'll show it in all the cinemas. It's got to be, hasn't it? You know, it's a Spielberg one. I expect he's the one, I think, charged with kind of seeding that information. I did hear that, you know, they funded him and kind of encouraged him to make E.T., so we were all having this friendly interpretation of the aliens, and that we wouldn't panic. And then there was something about a treaty potentially going wrong and realising that the aliens were actually manipulating us. So then they went, right, no, make some more scarier alien ones so the public kind of know the truth there. And Scotland as well, I learned why we don't just fly in... where are we? Into the sun. Earth is trying to move in a straight line at 67 miles per hour, but the sun's gravity is pulling on us like a tether, and it creates a fixed orb. That's exactly it there. I mean, honestly, like understanding some of the gravitational interactions, it starts to hurt my head, but you're absolutely right there. Everything is moving, but it's just being pulled, isn't it, by these gravitational forces. So we're saying this about those satellites that we observe, which is, you know, they're falling to Earth in a straight line, but in a loop around. So they're not going straight down, as you'd expect. They're doing a loop around because of that gravitational pull there. And if Earth had a forward speed of 0 miles per hour, it would immediately get pulled into the sun. Oh, so actually, that's a very good point now, because, you know, that's the thing. You know, why did the sun's gravity just not pull it there? Because it's trying to move forward. I like that motion. And if you look at it out, you know, we tend to think of those models of our solar system as just the concentric rings moving around each other. But what's actually doing is more like a spiral through space and time as it's going there. So a very good point there. And Stephen, I believe Bigfoot and other creatures can travel through time, also through natural Earth portals. There may be a mechanism at play there, something through nature, and the straight path that a planet is trying to move in is called the inertia. Yeah, so that's Xena as well. How are we doing? That's a very, very interesting angle there. Nice fleshing out the details. Appreciate that one. Scotland as well there. Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. And why don't aircraft to incinerate the second they take off there? Well, isn't it relative atmosphere? So because it doesn't matter if you're going too fast, as long as the atmosphere isn't going against you, because that's what creates friction and heat. I could be totally wrong on that one, but that's what initially comes to mind. But I'm liking the interesting angles there as well. And Bradsky, and how are we doing there? What about the Black Knight satellite? Now, the Black Knight is a very interesting subject, I think, there. Mr. Money, how are you doing? Did you have a good New Year? But the Black Knight, Wayfind as well, thank you for the like there. Those likes and those shares, guys, they do help us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves, getting more eyes and minds on the old phenomena, so we can piece this puzzle together there. And guys, if you're not following us already, definitely do, because we do something like this every night. If it's clear, it's the UFO, UAP, Skywatch that we're doing now. And if the moon's up, it's the moon watch there. We see all the craters and all the details there and talk about how weird the moon is. And if it's cloudy, we're doing an alien radio signal hunt there tonight. But because we are based in Wiltshire, right in the heart of Cropper Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge, these are the skies to be watching for the strange. And you can let us know with the grid that's back there, and we can zoom in on the good stuff there. But do say hello in the chat as well. I'd love to hear where you're all from tonight and if you've had an experience yourself there. But sorry, Brad, I will get to it. The Black Knight satellite there. So this is a proposed artificial satellite that is in our Earth's orbit there. Most probably alien in nature and monitoring us here. Now, we do know this, that there are lots of things in our orbit there that we track. We don't know what they are or where they came from. There are open source websites where you can actually monitor a lot of these, and the principle of putting a monitoring probe in a planet's atmosphere so you can kind of just keep an eye on their development, see what's going on, that makes a lot of sense. We've theorized doing this ourselves, and what else was it? We theorized doing this. We're actually planning on potentially doing it now as well. We're sending our first probes out there into the older galaxy. I think to Proxima Centauri, I think, is where we're planning on sending those. Hopefully they'll get that project underway soon, because it'll take a long time to get there. But yeah, the principle of putting a probe in the orbit of a planet to monitor it makes sense. And Earth has been screaming life for about 2 billion years. So if they've got the technology that we have now, any point in the past 2 billion years, they would have been able to tell that there are biosignatures here on this planet, and therefore life. So maybe it's worth monitoring. And there are visual observations of the Black Knight there, that people claim this is an image of it there. We have these anomalous things being tracked, and we've also had very strange radio signals, and it would make sense that radio would be the way that it would communicate, even if it's very, very advanced. And hello B, how are you doing? Thank you for the heart there. So I think the Black Knight satellite is a very, very interesting one. I don't know about any concrete evidence. There's lots of interesting evidence there, but I don't know about that slam dunk to 100% it. But I think there's it's very, very plausible there. And the Black Knight is the most anomalous object we know of. And Tesla heard it. So Tesla as well. I think Marconi was talking about it. They were getting, in the early days of radio, when they were playing around, they were getting very strange radio signals that haven't been able to be explained to this day. Some of them they did think was maybe Martians there, but it would make sense if there is a probe in orbit that it would message back in radio there. So I think there's a lot of potential clues there as well. But Andrea, so we didn't put the Black Knight up there. So, well, we don't know exactly, because other theories on it are that it may have been a pre-human civilization might have put it up there. It might be a remnant of something of theirs that's just up there to monitor it. Maybe that civilization is still going on. They live under the sea. God knows. There are many variations on it there, but the ones that we hear is mainly it's the extraterrestrial, but we don't really know there. And C3, a flashed good spot in there. So C3 is just above here, guys. So let's keep an eye out. If we get that flash from the same spot for a second time, guys, then we can call it anomalous there. And Mr. Money doesn't waste his time on holidays, but is always happy to watch others enjoy the festivities. Gotcha there. I'm trying to embrace them a bit more and see more family and stuff like that. It's difficult. It's difficult there. But as long as you have a good time and have a great night. Ion, hello. How are you doing? I haven't seen in a while there. I only just got that message, but I hope you are well there. And Mab as well, how you doing there? B420, good to see you. Thank you for the gift, that's very kind. How are you doing? And I'm sitting here just watching something anomalous happen. Yeah, oh, just willing something anomalous to happen. Well, maybe that is how it all works there, so keep an eye out for that. Maybe it's going to work there if we set our intentions there. And TB.
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
Thank you for filling out there. Mab as well with the extra gifts there. I am waiting for the movie at Disclosure Day. I am 100% there. I'm very eager and I want to see what is it that they potentially want us to take from that. What message do they want the general public? And because what it looks like so far, the early trailer there is talking about, crossbreeding, hybridization there, them being amongst us now. Is that the idea that they want to warm us up to? You know, and it's going to be interesting. Is it that they're amongst us and it's a threat? Or is it that they're amongst us and it's all right? What message do they want the general populace to have in the back of their mind there? Good to see their TB as well. And we need to find the hieroglyph of the in Giza. Of it in Giza, probably underneath the plateau. Or, I mean, some of those hieroglyphics are very, very interesting indeed there. The, what was the one? They're talking about literal stargates. I think it's in the, is it the Dendera temple? It's the same where that bulb one looks like a light bulb is there. It's just, it was a different part of the temple, but the same temple. And they're talking about literal stargates, like, you know, this is a gate that takes you to this star system, which we can map and we can see now. And it wasn't metaphorical, it wasn't symbolic, it was quite a literal. The whole room, the ceiling of this room is talking about that. So again, lots of clues in Egypt there. I believe that movie there is due out around the end of June this year currently. And how are you doing, Mab? What do you think is controlling all of the black, but who do you think is controlling all of the black budget programs? There's some, again, interesting theories around this one there, but it seems to be that they're kind of self-controlling is the current one, and I'm leaning that way, where the current disclosure movement is going, that it is just, I don't know, some form of Majestic 12 overseeing there, but maybe is it some sort of you know, Illuminati sort of thing? I don't know. What about you? What do you think there? And four, how are you doing there? And it's all going to be about consciousness and psionics. So, I mean, yeah, because that was it. That was a big part of it. Totally missed those. Yeah, a big part of it was there, wasn't it? So, again, that is what's coming up, isn't it? In the culture at the minute is coming out. This new wave of ufology is all talking about the consciousness connections there. So, it's going to be about a lot of that as well. Pluto as well for the gifts, thank you.
Nom nom nom.
Feeding
Thanks,
Alan there as well. So thank you for that one, for Hacks. I actually totally overlooked that bit. And also, don't you know, if you're, no, but they have put out warnings here to the postal workers. Oh, what about? What's the warnings? The language that she is speaking is similar to a language that is still speaking in African. I mean, actually, there I can imagine that. Very interesting, because I thought taking the information from that is it alien there, and that African connection as well. You've got the tribes there. Talk about the people from the old Sirius stars there. Leanne as well coming with gifts. Thank you there, and foil hat again there. Stars and an archway, and it translates to Stargate. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's literal, isn't it? Very interesting there, because the Stargates side of things was something that I mean, I grew up with the TV show Stargate SG-1. That was one of my fundamental sci-fi shows there, and it's not something that comes up in great detail in the UFO lore a lot. There's not many first-hand accounts, is there, of oh, we uncovered a Stargate in 1947 or whatever it might be. There's a few little bits here and there, isn't there? But there's not much. So hearing that, I thought that was really, really tantalizing for me there. The African 100% ion. Yeah. How you doing, Pink Floyd, as well? Thank you for the heart there. Appreciate that. All goes back into the stream there, guys. See Free again, and Rio saw it too. Harco, did you see it there? Because you can get that stamp for that one. Or if anybody needs their UFO or stamp, we can give you that for that one. And Leanne sent a portal, thank you for that, guys. And if you are just joining us, we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight, coming to you from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of old Crop Circle country, just down the road from Stonehenge. So these are the skies to be watching for the phenomena there. Do say hello in the chat and ask any questions you like there. And if you had an experience with it, the phenomena as well, would love to hear about that too. But do give us a follow. We do this every night. If it's cloudy though, we do an alien radio signal hunt there, hoping to hear ET say hello there. If the moon's up, we do a nice moon watch there, see all the craters, all the details, talk about how weird the moon is there. But if you also want to see it full screen, a little bit more of the sky and the old horizontal view there, you can join us on those as well. As you can see, look, you see a little bit more of the night sky there for that. And map as well, there was one person who they say who is controlling it. I've heard some things like that, but I think I've heard a little bit of the old the MJ12 where it was like a panel. But maybe there was recently, was it old Dick Cheney? Was it that was talking about, may have been in charge of part of it recently? I feel like I've heard that recently there. And as well there, did Andrea's put a treasure box up. Everybody thank Andrea there when you collect those coins. And to be really there be That's not good. That's not good news. There, and Celine as well. Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Good to have you in there. So C3 is looking to be very active tonight. So it's where my cursor is. Looking out for those flashes away there, because a flash, although it might not be ET waving as it goes by, if we are seeing a flash repeatedly from the same patch of sky, that's very interesting. Not much is meant to be moving up there. In fact, everything is meant to be in motion in orbits. So, if it's flashing away, that does tend to mean it's still reflecting light rather than emitting it, but it should be moving if it's close enough to be doing that. There, other than the old geostationary satellites, but there shouldn't be any in this patch of the sky. So, very interesting if we're seeing that there as well. And Iron, she is speaking in clicks and many African languages, like, oh, I can't pronounce it there. Yes, so I've heard that part of it. Yeah, that does make sense, actually. Who was the guy that was meant to be? He was channeler or something like that. He started his process of channeling with that. It wasn't the actual conversation, but it sounded very similar. I saw somebody cover that one, and they take inspiration from the ancient tribal speech patterns because they sound clicks there. And maybe that's where they got it from. You know, if they've had that connection in the past, maybe language was initially seeded through them there, because those old tribes have reported contact previously in the past there. Oh, was it Leanne did? Oh, well, you can take credit anyway, Andrea. The Klingon language there. And are we in old Blinky territory? Kind of. Not as far around. In fact, Blinky used to be kind of just behind me at the minute, but you never know there as well. So keep an eye out. We can zoom in. I might try and keep my eye on it and see if I can zoom in there. But over on the tube, how are we doing, guys? Pineconi's in. Good to see you there. Also, I believe in parallel dimensions, similar realities are running alongside each other, and these realities can cross over and change. And I experienced this yesterday. Now, yesterday is very, very interesting. Brad as well.
Nom nom nom.
Thank you for feeding Alan. So yesterday, I'd love to hear about that one there, Stephen. And Zena as well. The Black Knight satellite is either a remnant tech from the last reset. Okay, quite possible, yeah. I mean, I could see that. An artificially synchronicity device connected to the Schumann regulation. Containment, probably, or a psyop by not a space agency there. I mean, I'm definitely a fan of the first part of that. Then I'm not sure I fully understand the second part, but it sounds interesting there. And fun fact, when a meteorite enters the atmosphere, the burn-up is around 1% friction and 99% a property called ram pressure. Now, I didn't know that one. I thought it was mostly friction. I've heard the term ram pressure, but I didn't know. So what's the difference? Because that is brilliant there. I appreciate that, Scott, as well. And Stephen, someone in the media, I remember her father died about 30 years ago. It was big in the news at the time, but only the other day. Her father. Oh, was that? Oh, I guess so. It's kind of like people talk about the Mandela effect there. I can't remember the names of who that might be, but yeah, I get you. And the fact he suggests 1 billion people are not human is specific. It's a very interesting one there. And Jolly, how are you doing there? Thank you for the alien pets. Leanne too.
Thank you for the alien pets, guys.
Feeding Alan tonight, keeping him from eating me there. Rio as well.
Nom nom nom. Thanks, guys.
Where is and evening East Coast? How are you doing there? There's a random flasher in A2. Oh, I don't think we've spotted A2 yet. Right, let's keep an eye out, guys, for the flashing there, because that can be highly anomalous there. I have heard of the Marconi scientist deaths in oh yes, in the 80s. I have heard about that. I mean, a while ago now. But yes, I did hear about that. I think we need to look more into that one. That's actually a good point there. And trivia for you. Would sound waves travel faster in a carbon, be water, or air in deep space there? So, isn't it? It's a sound. Oh, so sound waves. That's a good point. So I was thinking, yeah, radios can travel at the speed of light. But sound waves, I don't know which way around. I wouldn't have thought water. Carbon, DJ space, air? I'd imagine air? I don't know. That's a good question there. Yes, he is. He is now. Or is it last year or something? There. use it 50-50 there. Honestly, I'm guessing, yeah, I mean, same here. This is what I love about this stream, though, is that we do get to have people in that have this. Oh, I think I just saw the flash there. We have specialist knowledge there that together we can all kind of piece this understanding about everything out there together. We can all learn a little bit about the universe, how it works, and our place within it there. So this is why it's so good to get everybody together, to get everybody's minds together, there. Let me scroll it down there. What's the seer's last name? Casey. I don't think it was Casey. It was, I don't think it was. I know Edgar Casey. He was an interesting one. But this was like a guy who was used to go on television shows. I saw some other great UFO reporter when the trailer came out said, oh, I've recognised that sound before, and played a clip of this guy doing it there. Carbon beat water. Okay, that's the answer there. I'm going to go B on that one as well there. Ah, yes, you guys were right there. C3 and D3. So this is up in this area now. Which is interesting because everything's moved along a little bit. I'd expected it to be over here if it was the same one, but keep an eye out for that there. Saw the flash in D3 there, Rio. And what if we're in a giant bunker like on Fallout there, but with a really good projection of the sky? And again in D3, right, hold on, let me get a look at this one, right, D3 for you guys. Now, over on the tubes, it's not going to match up because silly me, and got the letters around the wrong way. So, on the, oh, I just saw that one in C3 there. I just saw it around here. That was very, very bright. All right, should we zoom in on this one?
Zoom mode activated.
So what is up there that is either so far out but yet so big, can reflect the sun's light back to us still, because it's so far out you can still see the sun behind us, or is maybe emitting a light to there. But this is the thing, normally satellites, the ones that are further out there, the relative size to them is very difficult for us to see the flashes of light like that. Just coming off of Orion there. Guys, if you are just joining us, we are zoomed in at the second. We are looking for an anomalous flash that we have seen on a couple of times. You guys have seen it now. So yeah, we're looking to see if it repeats. Previously, these weird flashes have taken anywhere from 17 seconds to 2 minutes there, and that'll be their rotational speed if they are reflecting that light as the object rotates to the more shinier side and then back around every time, giving it a flash. So see if that one repeats. But we're doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight. We're coming to you live from Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. So a very ancient and mystical landscape with a long history of the phenomena here. These are the skies to be watching. Do say hello if you're joining us there. I'd love to hear from you where you're watching from and how do you feel about the phenomena there. And also if you had an experience, but make sure you are following, as I say, because we do something like this every night. If it's cloudy, we're doing an alien or radio signal hunt there. Got a large radio antenna pointed at the sky, tuned into the very frequency where we heard the wow signal there back in the 70s. We're listening out to hear ET say hello. If the moon is up full, we do a moon watch. So those craters and all those details there. And obviously if it's normally a clear night, well then we're doing this, the UFO UAP Skywatch. Right, okay, I haven't seen it yet. Keep an eye on it, guys. Keep your eyes. Was it just then? Then there. You saw it as well, guys, Astro as well. And Rich, how are we doing? It's so weird. I always tune in when it's the flash there. Maybe you're bringing it. Maybe there's a connection there, Rich. You're our good luck charm. There. Hello, Tracy from Warsaw. Good to have you in. Hope your weekend's going well. And JJ from Cheshire. We're getting a nice little map of everybody together. There. And there are 2 in C3 and 1 in D3. Okay, I don't think we've had 2 simultaneous ones, so I'm going to zoom back out to make sure we're not missing that one. So it was these, no, these 2 boxes. So this is the way that I saw the one around here. So keep an eye out for those ones there. There are so many flashes and falling stars too. Well, there are lots. Oh, hello, Up as well. It's good to see you there. Where are we? Good to see you there. Our aura is visible tonight. Oh, what? Can you see it where you are? I can't see it here, sadly. And the more dense the atoms, sound waves travel faster. Ah, that makes sense there. And in a vacuum, sound can't travel at all. That, yes, I know that bit. So I did wonder if it was, more for that vibration effect, or if there was a point where the density would get in the way. So you guys, I didn't see that one. I've got my eye on it. I didn't see that one again there. My phone was outside taking a very slow photo. Is it a good one? And there are so many flashes and falling stars tonight. Oh, lucky. We're getting flashes tonight. We're getting multiple, apparently, they're up. And the Marconi adepts were scientists in advanced sciences. And they commented, on that one. Oh, I can't say it. And had very strange advice. So I knew the gist that there was some sort of conspiracy around it. It was a bit suspect. But I don't know what particular fields were there. And we're in fact located on a circular encapsulated in a firmament at the bottom of a supermassive waterfall. And when the star emits refractions, consistency upon max zoom of each body. I mean, you're losing me a bit there, but I get the gist. And the flashes have been seen here in Orion and on B3. Ah, good. Yeah, so I definitely have seen the Orion one. But B3 as well. Oh no, it's around the other way for you guys on YouTube, so it's round the other way. The numbering, sorry, the letters there. And James as well there. The sun, the moon starts bowing down to Joseph and Jacob. Excellent. Good to see you there, James as well. And where your cursor was in B3 on the YT, and that's where it had seen several flashes. Gotta wait till the neighbour goes to bed and turns his light. Oh no! So it's about 35 seconds out, Andrea. Right, let me scroll up to make sure. So you're seeing it. Just happened again, Jordan. Good one, guys. Hello, Simon. Thank you for the heart. There, I'm going to be the lone dot in the US on the map there. I'm going to give it a second. I'm going to have a look there, just under the bright one in D2. Oh, okay, so that is that one, isn't it? So relative to you, it's about here. Josie as well, thank you for the heart, guys. All the gifts there, the subs patrons do go back into the stream there. And Astra again, I keep missing it. So another one in D4 and in D3. Right, okay. I've caught up with the chat mostly there. Oh, zoom in into Beetlejuice. There's a flash over that way as well. Okay, right. Well, I'm going to zoom into this general part over here, guys. So hold on.
Zoom mode activated.
See if we can catch all of the fields at play. Now I need to go over a bit this way. Oh, hold on. I saw the Beetlejuice flasher there. There, that is very interesting, guys. Just literally just there. Oh, is that too much off the screen for you guys? Let me zoom back out. It's getting more central. Look, I just literally just there. Very interesting. What the hell? Too bright to be an anomaly there.
Anomalous object confirmed.
It moving right each time from the spot you saw. So it is in motion then. That's interesting. Could be satellite then. If it's moving, it can be space junk there. Have you not got the stamp yet for that B? Let's get you stamped. Oh, actually, I think that is one that you did need, isn't it? Yeah, we mentioned this yesterday. All right. Let's get your passport there. Ooh, right. So I'm trying to keep one eye on the screen. B, you're going to get the stamp. Right. Oh, it just means you need to subscribe on that one and on that one, and that's it. So you could do that tonight and we can get that posted. Right. And again, I can't see that. I've got it in front of me so there. Again, under B. How are you guys seeing it? And I'm not. And it's right in front of me. Right, I'm going to ignore you lot for a little bit. And I'm just going to stare at the screen. I want to see this. Come on. We're looking for an anomalous flashing. And the star we're looking at right now is Betelgeuse there. It's about 640 light years, I think, from us. So, right now, what we're actually all doing, guys, is we're looking back in time. So this is looking back 640 years. That's when that light was emitted, and it's travelled uninterrupted all of that distance into the lens, the sensor of the camera there, and then out to you guys. Oh! Yeah, it's on that side now, so there is a bit of movement. Is it a consistent movement, or is it darting across? So if I saw it there initially, and have just seen it there, it's got to be coming out this way now, for it to be on a consistent, which would imply that it could be space junk. Very interesting. Come on, let's see it again. See the anomaly again. What's its timing? Has anybody timed it? Because that'll tell you it's, you know, orbital rotational time. There, yeah, and it is moving slowly, isn't it? It's the mothership. You know what? It could well be there. Right, hold on. Let me zoom back out. Now that is very interesting. There, approximately 20 seconds. So if you think it's space straight, JJ, it could well be. The static is distracting there. Yeah, right. Let's zoom out a little bit. Right. So we're seeing it around that area there. Actually, let's go a little bit more. Hold on. So, yeah, it could be space junk. So therefore, that could be far enough out that it can still catch the sun. So that's what's then reflecting back at us. So if we imagine, here's my phone. Imagine something that's tumbling, right? It's got a very... I literally just saw one down here as well. But anyway, so if it's tumbling, right, look, it's got light, it's just not going to reflect much light on the fin edge there. But as it tumbles, look, it's got a big reflective surface, flashes that light back, goes to a thinner light, rotates. So that's what can cause that from space junk. But, you know, I mean, it could well be ET just on a bit of a slow cruise because, you know, if there is a solid object up there, it could reflect that light back in the same way that those satellites do. It's hard to tell either way, but... it is a very interesting indeed. So lots of anomalous flashing again tonight there. So that's pretty cool. But it could well be a space junk, though. It'd have to be quite big at that distance, though. The further out it is there, the bigger it's got to be to have enough surface to reflect enough light back to us there. 36, not bad there. It is strange, though. Oh. Have a look there. Could be a cloaked the ship in front. Yeah, I mean, it could be many things there. It's a good call. And did something shoot out of it. Oh, I didn't see that. Didn't even still see that action there. That's a good call. Stephen, I think the Marconi scientists were into advanced magnetics, and I believe were targeted by mind control technology. That does tie in with a lot of other things. That's quite cool there. Emogi Star. What's that? There is a flasher. You could call there, East Coast. You spotted it. You're the one that pointed in that direction. So if it's flashing, that's not a star, though. And the story of Joseph's favourite sons written declared the heavens. I do think that there's something interesting in all those old religious texts. Now, I don't know a lot about it myself, but they do seem to be, at some degree, describing the same sort of stuff there. Partially obstructed could be the clouds there. Well, I mean, if we're seeing... For me, that's always a possibility. It's quite clear at the second, but you've got to look at how bright the flashes are in their peaks. So, if it's very, very bright and we do see it, and then see that's not like, because sometimes the twinkling can get mistaken for it there. I can't think we've got any good twinkly candidates, but that one's not so much a twinkling. That's like a flash there. Yeah, it's just it. But it is moving. It's not static. But actually, no. You know what? That I think that might be. We need to see it again, right? And what we'll do is we'll put the cursor on it, and because obviously remember that all those stars are very, very slowly moving across the screen. I didn't see it that time. They're very, very slowly moving across the screen there. So that it might be staying still, but the stars might be moving, giving it that sense of motion. So if I put the cursor on it next time I see it, the cursor is going to be at a fixed point, and the camera's fixed, so we'll tell if it deviates from the cursor, so if it's in a geosynchronous orbit with us. So that's going to be an next interesting test there. Oh, Zoe, something above the flashing as well. On the line, D2 and C3. I can't see them on the big screen. Oh, there it is. Right. Okay. So it's about there. This is the one I want to track. So let's see if it moves from the tip of the cursor there. Because if it does move, then it is moving. Okay. And if it doesn't move, If it flashes at the tip of the cursor again, then it is in a it's a good spot in there, Zoe. It is in a geosynchronous orbit with us here on Earth. Now, there are satellites that are in a geosynchronous orbits, but they're more equatorial there, just by their nature. They're very difficult, mainly the television satellite ones that are there. But when we've checked before, this part of the sky shouldn't have any in that range there. So there shouldn't be anything sitting still, so it does become quite anomalous there. And it seems to flash roughly every 28 seconds. Good count in there. Run there, good. So we can time that, because that would be that rotational speed there. So tell me if I miss it, guys. Let me know if it does say that it'll just flash on because it was still on the cursor. Damn, I really missed it there. I can't. I am blinking on it. Right, let's see. Let's look again. You guys are gonna have such dry eyes. So about 28 seconds over there. Come on. It's kind of hypnotic looking. Oh, okay. There we go. I saw it there. Did I get my cursor alignment? Because I would have thought that looks pretty spot on then, yeah. So that's very interesting. Was that a double flash? Oh, I didn't see a double, but I was quite intensely fixed on the cursor, which I still am at the second. So come on, one more time from the same spot. Come on. We're going to see the anomalous flashing there. And now, is it E.T. on his way through an interstellar McDonald's drive-through? Yes, it was in the same place. I'm calling it.
Anomalous object confirmed.
Now, that is interesting. Hold on. I have to clip that one tomorrow, guys. There we go. Yeah, very interesting there. There were no Morse code. I think it had been mentioned before, actually. Somebody get the Morse code there. Now, that is very anomalous there. Not into the religious, but I believe there is some truth in religion. But for me, it's either in the code or the truth. Us distorted and twisted and stuff. I actually feel a lot very similar. There's a lot of human interpretation around religion. When you boil it down to its nuts and bolts, take a lot of that interpretation off, then I think there's a lot of interest, especially with our subject matter here, with the strange. It does seem to be the same phenomena over time. And is someone time stamping the flashes? Up? Probably not there. I am clipping them though. Darkness before Abraham. Oh, very interesting. Bang on the cursor, right on it there. And it's been a very long time since we have had this amount of activity. This is actually quite... I mean, we got a bit last time, didn't we? Some flashing. But it wasn't this regular. This is very, very active. Right, I'm going to zoom out. So let's see if we can kind of get that contextual picture. Is there more weird objects going on in around the night skies? Let's zoom back out again. So, right, get your bearings. That's where it was there. So it should stay relative, actually, to the grid where you're seeing it now there. So really put your fingers on it there. Oh, and agreed. I've learned a lot so far, and I'm now coming into the possibility that there's an encoded Archon Reptilian Alliance for a joint harvest of Loosh. God, my eyes are going tonight. But Christ consciousness can kill them. The reptilians again. So, right, can we see that one there? So what's that one? The sun, the moon, the stars, and bowing down to Jacob, today's son there. Time. How many laps have you done around the sun, past, present, and future tense? I mean, it sounds interesting there. We're not quite fully following there, sadly, Jamie. Oh, I just saw one down there as well. Which is the one I saw earlier. Again, it was just off of here, wasn't it? But that's more relative. Maybe that one's moving slowly as well. Yeah. That spot, yeah. I saw that one as well, Mark, there as well, yeah. It's all going on tonight, isn't it? We're in Flasher Central. Don't get to say that one often, do you? But the good kind of flasher there. So guys, if you are just joining us, we are doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch tonight. So these are the skies live over Wiltshire in the UK, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country and just down the road from Stonehenge. We're already seeing some very interesting anomalous activity. So we're seeing some stationary flashing, which seems to be quite strange. So help us spot that, and do say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're all watching from there. We'll keep the zooming in. Right, I'm going to spin the camera, guys. I'm going to rotate this around, and actually, I think we might have a little bit of fog there. Hold your hats. Yeah, so it's not actually that clear. So I think we are getting a bit of that haze. So very interesting there, because we can normally see a lot more stars than this. In fact, look, compare it like for like. Yeah, we've definitely got some cloud, because that's what it normally looks like. It started off better earlier there. So do check back in for one of those. But we can still see the bright Betelgeuse there, the Orion constellation, and that's just to think how good that stationary flashing, how bright, sorry, that is. If it's still poking through that there. And the Aurora watch is higher, so generally there's a lot of activity up there tonight. It's very, very strange indeed. There, where are we? And according to the grid on YouTube, it's B3, yes, so that actually works out there, because it's on TikTok, it's DCBA, and on YT, it's A, B, C, D, so the letters are reversed. We'll need to change that at some point. And what don't you understand about time part? No, I get what time present past means, but I don't get what you mean contextually with it. What's the whole thing? At the minute, it's like a lot of words there. I mean, so what are we saying? Are you saying that it's written in religious text, that it's already explained there, or is it counter? I'm interested, but I'm just not following. And the reptilian alien theory is more sane than those who think. Yeah, I won't repeat it. So there. And oh, I've got to create a puzzle. There we go. Show I'm still unable to verify me. My arse, TikTok. Hate this damn platform. Let me scroll there. Just discovered today. Add my photo into the Discord. Huzzah! I'll have a look at that after. I haven't been on Discord all day today. Oh, we are starting to lose some of those stars. It is getting a bit cloudy. Luckily, they are so bright tonight there. So we can still see some anomalous movement there. Oh, Christ forknew the cross and brought the future tense into his present sense, breaking burdens and destroying yokes. I mean, I don't know what that he brought. Did you mean he time traveled, or he knew about it and then that happened, so his prediction was correct? Is that what that means? And there is no time at the end. They are. I can't think. Oh, I've got to pronounce that. And demonic has installed the program of time, and there was always just a right now and no other. Interesting. I mean, again, time is an interesting one, like that we perceive it the way that we do that. Is it purely conceptual there? Do we experience it because we have that programming for it? Oh, time travels, and heaven is a future tense. The problem is, Earth hasn't catched up to the future tense yet. I mean, I get what you're saying, yeah, with that. And done a lot of research on the reptilian and the royal family, but until I see one, I ain't convinced. I hear a lot about it, but I'm kind of old school nuts and bolts. So it's not that I don't think things are right. It's that I'm just not there yet. I haven't kind of gone down that way. So old school nuts and bolts, and that's like my starting point. And then doing this, I'm kind of seeing more different theories and different flavors, but it takes me a while, I think, to get there, because there's always going to be that foundation that is needed of that understanding there. Is there anything, Jordan, do you think, that what you've seen there that's convincing on that front? And light pollution is shining back from the cloud. It is. That is what we're seeing that orange for tonight there. It's really struggling. I'm going to spin the camera. Hold on, guys. We will come back to Orion. Okay, maybe I'm not going to spin the camera if it's stopping. I'll just see if there's a break in the clouds there. How are we doing, Abby? Yes, actually, we've been having a very interesting... Oh, look, you can see the brightness there. Look. Okay, we're seeing... There's a few more stars there, so I think it's thinning out. But it's very, very bright over there. So you are seeing a few more stars. Let's spin this around. Yeah, we've been having lots of interesting flashing going on. Lots of interesting flashing there, which we can't fully explain. So keep an eye out. So it's been mainly around... Oh, actually, I need to go a little bit further, sorry. Let's bring it back into range. There we go. So it's been around here, of this side of Betelgeuse here. So this is the star that they do think is about to go supernova at some point during our lifetimes. We should have witnessed that. It'd be quite interesting. But yeah, we're seeing anomalous flashing around here and around here. But we're on a... Are we on a 5 or a 6 out of 10 for our clarity tonight? It's definitely not to the best there. And hello Percy, how are you doing? Good to see you in there. You did join on the right night, 100% there. What is the future weather looking like? I think it might be space junk tumbling. It could be. That is an explanation there. Although saying that one, actually, no, it was stationary. Definitely the one we tracked near Betelgeuse there. That was stationary. That, or it was geosynchronous. It was in matched, its orbit, and they're very space junk. If it's difficult to be in a geosynchronous orbit there because you have to maintain it, and junk is normally dead and passive there. But it might be. There's always the odd exception to the rule there. So has it already gone supernova there, Brad? It may well have. So if we were to see it, basically, any time between now and the next 639 years, then yes, it would already have gone there. So because of that delay for that light to reach us there from Betelgeuse. So let's just go back to the beginning for everybody else here. So this is Betelgeuse. And yeah, it's the star that we do think is about to go supernova. And if it does, then it will be as bright as daylight here on Earth. At night there for a good while, for a week or two or something. It's crazy like that there. We're safe, but it is still going to be bright and a very cool object to see there. But because of relativity, that is basically the time it takes for light to reach us. So this bit of light that you're looking at right now is taken 640 years to reach us here now. So that image that's made up of that light there is you're looking back in time there. So it's like looking at a live feed of Jesus on the cross there. Obviously that's a little bit earlier, but it's that sort of thing. You are looking back in a time to that there. So if it goes supernova now, in 10 years, in 20 years time, or if we observe that light get brighter and go supernova, then it's happened already. It's just taken that time for that light to reach us here. I totally butchered that one, guys, sorry. And I think you need a flashing light stamp on the passport. I think we're going to have to add that for the version 2s, aren't we? There. It's fascinating that we're looking back in time. Some of these stars are thousands of light years, so we're looking back. And it's like seeing, if you could see, over the horizon far enough, you would see dinosaurs, basically. It's that sort of principle. If the Earth was that big... And just saw a really bright one over. It's off the screen for you guys. There's no other stars in that area. That was a very bright, weird. But yeah, if you could see far enough, you would see dinosaurs basically. You keep trying to get understanding relativity. It does blow my mind there. G-Wag. Now I've got your song in my head. Yeah. It's trying to get your head around as well. B2. Okay, so that's in line. Actually, no, it's the other side of where we saw the other one. Interesting there. So that's probably that relativity. Not relativity. The fact it's geosynchronous again there. B2. Yes, there's activity. Let's keep an eye out for this one. Good spot in there, guys. And if you are just joining us, we are doing a live UFO UAP Skywatch, and we're looking out for anomalous movement in the night sky. And we're already seeing some strange flashings. So help us keep an eye out for those. And Leroy, how are you doing tonight? When we look at these planets and stars, we are looking at... hold on, my cursor's over thing. No life now, but there's millions of years of difference. Well, this is the thing. So there might well be, right? So there is the case there that, we could be looking back. So Betelgeuse, for example, is actually a really young star. It's millions of years old, like a couple 100 million years old, not billions of years. So there's not actually been enough time for proper planets to form around that star there. So yeah, well too early to the game. There's going to be a lot of these other ones. Again, they're too early for life to exist there. But like for that, but that's with what we can tell with the light that's reached us now, because there's no data, no other way of measuring to tell, because light is the fastest thing there. So, but there are some distant stars where K218b, for example, there, which is a very distant exoplanet there, so a planet not in orbit of our star, very, very far away out there, and they do think that they have detected a certain type of gas in the atmosphere of that planet that, as far as we know, can only be made by life. So that might be our first detection of biological life there off planet, which is absolutely amazing to think. So some of them might be sending those signals. It's just that our equipment isn't sensitive enough to detect it yet. So like when people say, the Fermi paradox, where are all the aliens? Well, the problem is we're not really looking. We're looking a little bit, and we're looking to the best of our ability, but our ability is actually not that great, and it's getting good, but it's got a long way to go. So I still think that there probably is all this activity, probably lots of signs, but it's just that we can't detect it there. But you're totally right there, Leroy. And hey, doing a GWAC there as well, and C2, good spot in there, and Larry Lemon, I tagged you in 2 videos of UFOs from Swin. Thank you, Larry. I'll check those one out. I haven't actually been on my messages today, but I'll check those out after the stream, so looking forward to that as well. So are we still seeing the movements there? And if you could live in any country and place in the world, where would it be? I've often thought about this one. I'd like to experience a lot of places, but I don't know about like a permanent, some place. I mean, the US is quite got quite a wide range of environments, so a lot of that, the dramatic landscapes there do interest me. But yeah, I don't know. There's lots of places I'd like to try. I'd like to live 6 months, a year, to experience all the different things and cultures. But yeah, I don't know, as a permanent base there. Texas has jumped up a few times. It does look like a good place. So, I imagine we launched a probe there, and it took us 4.8 light years to get there. And you see it go nova straight after. It'll take you 1,000 years to confirm it, guessing. Well, it depends, doesn't it, what the probe is communicating. So if it's 4.8 light years, so we'll say 5 to round it up there. If we're communicating at the speed of light, that message will only take 5 years. So, but you're right with that. If we're relying on sending the probe, how fast can we send that probe? That could take 1,000 years just to get the probe physically there. But then that probe could, in theory, communicate at light speed back to us. But we'd probably know from the star flashing. Yeah, but trying to get around it hurts it there. And Utah, oh, that's a good one, up. Yeah, and the elements have to bow down to you, Yahweh, and confident promises. Can't lie, that's why he's holy. Very interesting. I'd like to know a bit more about that one. And I like to live in La La Land, Stephen. That's just down the road, isn't it? There. Can we? Where we scroll through. Yeah, so very interesting indeed. And David, hello and welcome. Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? Good to have you in there. Guys, if you're not following us already, we do something like this every night. So it's like the live UFO UAP Skywatch like we're doing tonight. And looks like the fog is parting a little bit. Look, we're getting a few more of those background stars in shot. Still a little bit there, but it can be a lot better than this, so do make sure you hang around with those other UFO Skywatches that we do. But yeah, if it's cloudy, we do an alien radio signal hunt. If you've heard of the WOW signal or seen the film Contact, it's kind of like that. We're listening out there for those faint potential signals from ET. And if the moon is up full, then we do a moon watch, see all those craters and all the details there, and talk about how weird some of the sightings that have been seen on, off, and around the moon are. But we have, guys, a really cool little community over there on the Discord, very, very active, and honestly, loads of stuff on things like 3i Atlas there. They're just the latest in the UFO world, the phenomena, lots of news and articles, things to talk about that. But we also do an alien movie club once a month, so we voted for it this month, but we normally have a list to pick from. We vote, and then we all sit down together at the same time, which is the last Friday of every month, and at 10 PM UK time, and we watch the movie. So it's going to be, oh yeah, look, we get so many more background stars in now. So it's going to be The Vast of Night, and if you've not seen it, it's an Amazon one, but it's a really, really good one-off alien film there. So do join us for that. New people are welcome on those ones as well. G-Rack as well, thank you for the gifts there. And I think I've missed a few. Sorry guys. Abby as well there, thank you for the heart, appreciate that if you're still in. As well. And Utah's got that Blind Frog Ranch, like watching that series. I've heard of Blind Frog Ranch. Yeah, I still need to catch up on old Skinwalker. I'm so far behind on it there. And Alan must be sleeping. Oh yeah, he's not out the back there as well. Pluto as well, thank you for the roses. That's very, very kind. And Simon, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
As well. So yeah. There we go. Look, it's clearing up nicely now, and we can see some of the colours again. I mean, look at this one here. Look at that. Nice little orangey reds there, some purples, some blues, and then you've got Beetlejuice there. Absolutely stunning there. I feel like Skinwalker Ranch is just fake now. There is such a pressure, isn't there? If anything's on TV, like traditional TV, it's got such a production burden there, like 100%. There is definitely room for abuse there. I think trying to meet those deadlines to make things happen on Curio, always got to be a bit sceptical of that. There, but only a few episodes in. It's interesting, and it actually has the history, doesn't it? But from well before the TV show. But yeah, sometimes a pinch of salt, I think. Just entertainment purposes only. Although the guy, what's his name, Brendan Hugo, he always goes on to when he's on interviews and goes like, no, it's not fake. And I mean, I would say that there. And Curse of Oak, yeah, it's the same thing there as well. How you doing, Tank? Good to see you in there. Oh, there are UAPs were all over Hawaii last night. Thank you for the news on the ground there. What sort were they? They just sort of the orbs and the lights in the sky there. And when did you see the Black Vault FOIA request? I haven't actually seen the details on it. So I heard roughly, along the lines there that that they are holding information back. That was confirmed. Has there been anything more on it there? They were denied, yes. Very interesting there. I mean, what possibly could they be holding back from that? I cannot get my head around what a reasonable... Like, they're giving it away by not doing that there. I mean, I like the content. Exactly, it's a good film. It's exactly what we do on those nights there as well. And why did our government classify... classifying a comet. I don't think there's any reasonable excuse for that. Maven, yes. Oh, Stamp, did you see it there, Harko? Did you see the anomalous object? Did you see the flashing, Harko? Because I'll give you that one. Where are we? Let's get your one out. Oh, ho, ho. Right. Oh, Harko. You just need... what do you mean unstable internet connection? My arse is fine. Harko, you just need one more. You just need to see a shooting star. And we get you your stream passable off to you there. Because there's no reason, is there, if it was just a comet. And everything that Travis would put his name on something fake, as he's a proper astrophysicist. Ooh, which one's Travis in? Wow signal is very significant. It's clearly an artificial signal from deep space. And for context, the detector of the WOW signal was only searching 0.1% of the night sky. So yeah, so that was the Big Ear radio telescope, wasn't it? There. So the Ohio State University, was it? And so that was a very interesting piece of kit there. Sadly, it didn't record any message because the technology, it just wasn't there designed to do that one there. So it was just that there was a signal of that strength on that frequency, for the period of time and that patch of the sky. Yeah, but they don't know specifically because it's quite a wide patch of what star, if it was a star, where it came from. But yeah, it's such a good signal. I think it's very, very rightly called the WOW signal because it was wow. But I was surprised actually how many other interesting signals get written off as probably satellites, probably electronic interference, but they aren't able to replicate it. And for example, with the satellite one, that no known satellite is known to broadcast on those frequencies. You know, so I don't see how they can confirm them as definitely satellites and things like that without being able to pin it down to it. And there are some very interesting signals coming from some very interesting stars apparently there, but the wow signal is obviously the best there. Space junk must affect a warp speed. Well, apparently it depends how you're doing warp speed, because I was listening to something on this the other day, that if you're making a warp bubble, this is Alcubierre warp drive, the thing that we spoke about, didn't we, in one of our deep dives, you're bending space and time around yourself there, so you're making your own little bubble, so anything kind of just moves out of the way, basically. You kind of, it's at your own little pocket there. And wow type signals could be regularly beamed to Earth, and we would have never known since our detectors scan such a small percentage of the sky. Exactly, I just don't think we cover it to say that they're not out there. Oh, that guy. I think I know the one. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, they've said before they haven't faked it there. I mean, I don't know how I've only seen a few episodes on it, but I did see one thing that brought me a little bit into question, not of the faking it, but maybe getting excited over things, because I just remember this one scene, and I think it's interesting, and I definitely think there's something going on there, but there was this one scene on that Skinwalker Ranch where they were sitting in their control room, and they were getting their voices played back to them, and they were like, oh my god, there's a secret microphone in here, we're picking up this signal, where's this signal coming from? All the while they're, you know, being filmed with radio mic body packs, you know, and I'm like, you know, a little something like that. I was like, did you just forget that, you know? And yeah, it was a weird, like that they left that in as an oversight though. But I do think there's something to it, you know, like there. Oh, is YouTube glitching? Yes, where's Raf tonight to sort that one out? I wonder if the reply was from our future, if we weaponize quantum entanglement in the future, by the time it arrives there, sent a one back. Random thoughts. Well, I mean, it was interesting its timing as well, wasn't it? Because that is Orion. Waffle, how are you doing there? So that is Orion's belt, and this is the Orion constellation. That is Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse there, I keep pronouncing it wrong. Yeah, I mean, it was, we received it, didn't we? The WOW signal was 78, and we sent, I think, in 73 our message as a civilization. You know, we're humans, you know, from Earth, the third planet from our star, carbon-based life form, blah blah blah. We sent all of that. Yeah, only time we have sent it from our most powerful transmitter there. That was in 73, and then, you know, like 3-4 years later, we get the WOW signal back. Now, we didn't send it in the same direction, and you know, you got to think at the speed of light. If it's only 4 years, then that was, you know, 2.5, or 2 years for each way, 2 years out and 2 years back. So what is 2 light years away? Well, we've got no stars or anything 2 light years away. But it is interesting to think maybe there could be something along that going around there. If it's too good to be true, it probably isn't. Well, actually, I think that probably goes in favour for things like Oak Island and Skinwalker Ranch, because they never quite give the goods, you know. It's all interesting, but there's never that delivery. So maybe that's because it is real and life is a bit slower. And that video over Swindon, I saw the same object around New Year's and was hovering. I thought it was a drone. Oh, could be interesting. I'll have to have a look after it's been sent to me. And that paranormal series on BBC iPlayer, you end up watching it. Yes, I did. Actually, I think I'd seen it. Because when I looked, I was like, oh, I've got the play bit. I've seen that one. I vaguely remember it. Yeah, because it was with that around that town. Very interesting. I think I want to rewatch it, but yeah, no, I think I have seen it. It was very good. Surprisingly, the UFO stuff isn't massive. Like, if you put it out mainstream, it doesn't perform that well, which is very much a shame. The view is different. Why is the view different? It's a bit cloudy tonight. I don't know. But hello, Kate. How are you doing? Coming in with the shares there, GWAC as well. If you keep watching it, there's a military base underneath them listening. Ooh. I have to have a look at that one. Travis gets very excited, 100% would be. The problem is, App, I can totally relate to that. Like 100% would be me. So on one hand, I'm saying, you know, didn't think of that, but then, yeah, that probably would be me. So yes, that is Orion there. And we're humans and planet Earth. Sorry for Diddy. That's the message. I think there's probably a long list there. Uncanny was brilliant. Yes, Uncanny is good. I do like that. But that's why they don't do many of the UFO stuff. They are going to be doing more, but every time they try doing a UFO episode, the numbers go down. So which is surprising. I thought it would be much more interesting there. Have you heard of the big forest theory? I've heard of the dark forest. Is it similar to that? Even if we found the precise origin of the wow signal, it was likely sent hundreds to thousands of years ago, and the stars are in a completely different place now. Well, that is actually a very good point. You know, obviously with relativity, and I think when we looked, because it was the Sagittarius constellation, it was somewhere in there, wasn't it, that the signal arose from? You know, I think the closest is like 140 light years away, so it's, you know, with a minimum 140 years, so that was the ascent there. So trying to align things, but there must be something in that precise alignment, you know, and accounting for the relativity there, because we know that one of the big detections that's coming out lately, and I think is going to get more and more coverage, is the potential laser signals that are going on. So it does look, there is a scientist that's putting a paper out very, very, very soon for peer review. I think it's almost ready now. Basically, he looked through some old telescope data, not even all of it, just a few bits, and he was like, there looks to be evidence that lasers are being shone to Earth. Now, lasers are technological, they're not natural, and obviously they're directional. So if we're seeing it from here, from our observation on Earth, somebody is pointing it at us there. So I think there could be lots to that one as well going on there. Oh, the bright forest theory. Ah, okay. Well, I can kind of guess on the reverse of it there that it's so loud then, or so bright. So what is that one? Oh, there. Let's have a look. And do you reckon giants were real once upon a time? Honestly, I don't know. Like I'm now in this position where I've got very little confidence in anything. What I do know is that it's more than possible that they were, and that we've forgotten, we've been misdirected, we've covered things up. Like, it's not so much that I've seen compelling evidence of giants, but I've seen compelling evidence of human fuckery. So I think it's very plausible. There are some interesting reports though, like especially the sort of the turn of the century stuff, you know, talking about the Smithsonian, you know, collecting stuff there. And so it's still amazing to think that a signal came back this way. That just the fact that we're getting that is, I think the evidence is out there. And I think we've already had it to a degree. I need to find a way of making that YouTube text bigger. That is incredibly difficult. No, I can't. I can't really see that at all. Sorry, guys. I'll try to keep up with you guys in the tubes, but it's absolutely tiny. And my eyes are going. But yeah, so we're getting a little bit more of the night sky back tonight. Let's spin the camera around, see if we've got anything else in shot there. Hold your hats. So that's what the rest of the sky looks like that way. It's basically where we were. What we got around here? Let's keep on going, guys. Thought I saw some faint movement. No. Let's go back to Orion. I think that's a pretty good one to have on screen. A little bit further back there. Get you in the middle there, Orion. A little bit more. Come on. Don't be shy. There we go. My eyes. And up there, I am writing my next article, and this time it's exploring the Daltov Pass incident. It's fascinating. So that's the one, isn't it? The Russian, was it a university trip or school trip? Basically, they were hiking a mountain, weren't they? And they all perished. But it's what happened to them there, because the evidence is left behind. That they all died. They, like there'd been terror, and yeah, it's just a weird one, wasn't it? The evidence of what happened to them. There. Oh, good night, Simon. Awesome to see you in tonight. Thank you, and I hope you have the good rest of your weekend there. And Rio too, if you're off. Thank you for joining us there. And Andre as well. You look good in the profile picture. Just smile. Thank you, Anderson. That's very, very kind. If you're trying to butt us up, it works. But Alan's the real star.
It's me, Alan, the real star of the show.
Amanda, you can't hear. What's going on there? What's going on? Oh, is TikTok playing up a bit for you there? It is, yeah. Wasn't there a similar one, a similar-ish event that happened in the US at some point? That's not always compared to it, but there's a lot of similarities. Let me see if I can read. Oh, there is some flashing. I'm still seeing the anomalous flashing there. And how scary would it be if a signal was detected? And it was a depiction of an image, and it was decoded to be an image of your face. That would be, yeah, they've been picking up the stream at Proxima Centauri. Yeah. And it just comes back, feed Alan. The giant flying winged creatures the size of continents, flying through the space realm. Now that is interesting. Where does that come from, Jamie? I've not heard of that one before, but space as a medium, although obviously not as hospitable as water or anything like that. I could imagine the plausibility of it being inhabited, having its own. Excuse me. Yeah, it's having its own inhabitants there, creatures for it there. And good evening there, Deborah. How are we doing tonight? So guys, if you are joining us, as I said, we are doing a live UFO, UAP, a Skywatch tonight. We are searching the skies live over Wiltshire, which is right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. We're looking for the strange and anomalous in the night sky. We've had a reasonably active night. Lots of anomalous flashing that we cannot explain, especially as the sun is now all the way around the back side of Earth there. So not much light for those satellites to be reflecting back there. And good, we are good. We're in the middle of the weekend. And we've got somewhat, I mean, we're probably on a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 now. The cloud's gone a bit. But this is by no means the best the Skywatcher does look at there. And it aligns with Greek and Roman Mesopotamian mythology. I mean, that could be an interesting little angle there. And according to the Emerald Tablets, Thoth was known as Poseidon, and the rest 4 of Atlantean theory suggest he was Hermes, and he was the last spiritual. Okay. I mean, there does seem to be a little bit of correlation, isn't it, across all of the different religious structures there as well. Have you ever heard of the Carrington event? Oh, yeah, wasn't that the sort of the coronal mass ejection or something along those lines, wasn't it, from the sun that kind of hit the Earth there, and it obviously electrically charged the atmosphere, which, and all of the electronic devices and all of the... We didn't have much at the time, but we did have, telegraphs and things like that, and it blew them up, didn't it, and stuff. And obviously if we get something like that now, very, very dangerous. Now, I was actually hearing something recently, there's a new study coming out about the satellites that we have in orbit, and now we're getting these massive constellations like Starlink and the Chinese version there, and Amazon want to do a version of these constellations. We're getting so much more objects up there that we're about 2 days away. If we lose the ability to control and reposition our satellites to avoid debris and collision and things like that, we only have 2 days before of the Kessler syndrome will just kick off, which is the snowball effect of one satellite breaking up, hitting another satellite, and that knock-on effect until all of the night sky is just full of debris and we won't be able to access space. And they think obviously with these constellations it's 2 days. But speaking of the Carrington event there, like if we were to have an event like that now and knocks out our equipment and stuff, then yeah, I mean we'd need more than 2 days to rectify that, to recap position and things. If we knock those satellites out completely so we couldn't take control, then yeah, it would be such a dangerous thing. So yeah, we might end up taking access to space off of the cards for 10 years or anything like that there. It's 100 to 5. Oh, up to 5. Because I did say that I've heard people say that we're kind of overdue. So we're in the range, isn't it? Because it's only 150 years or something like that since there. So we're still well in the range. And we're still very unprepared for it there. So yeah, I mean, Jamie, we hear stuff like that. You know, that could well be true. There's definitely I think there's a lot of stuff to it that I don't necessarily think to take anybody's literal explanation. I think that's where I get lost. Is if anybody, and it could be on the religious side, or it could be a specific religious side, or it could be in the folkloric sense. There, it can be, you know, even just in the historical record, or if you want to be too scientific with things. I think we have to understand this, be quite broad at the first draft. But yeah, I think there's going to be some overlaps, or if not, the same thing that we are all talking about. Should we zoom in on some things? So let's zoom in on Beetlejuice again there.
Zoom mode activated.
So this one, guys, if you are a little bit new to the party tonight, this is a star about 640 light years from us, I think. So again, that light that is coming at us now, that yellow there, has travelled from that star for 640 years, uninterrupted, into the lens of the camera, to the sensor, and then to you around the world. So amazing to think. So technically it's like looking back in time there. That's what it looked like 640 years ago there, exactly like that. And this is the star they do think is going supernova at some point within our lifetimes. So they're judging by its size and what they can detect. There's a good chance that this will go supernova. It'll be so bright that it will illuminate the night sky for us for a good while. Very interesting. And recently they do believe they have detected another companion star around Betelgeuse here, even though it's so massive there, that it's actually so big that this other star is in orbit technically within the atmosphere of the star. And that it's so big that it swoops through the atmosphere, the outer atmosphere of the main star Betelgeuse that we're seeing there. And because it's another sun in of itself, the gravity of that is kind of displaces the atmosphere like the wake of a boat going through water. And for a while Betelgeuse was dimming on this weird periodicity, and they thought, is that a planet that's so big it's going in front of it and blocking the light out? It's how they detect planets around other stars, or one of the ways. But it's too young to have formed any planets itself. So they do think now that actually there's just another star, you know, going around, cutting through it and, you know, causing that dimming, which is incredible to get your head around there. And anyone got clear skies normally? Got a decent red alert on the Aura app. Yeah, app was saying, yeah, it's a red alert for you guys. Very jealous. I'd love to catch that on here. And Australia has a giant flying winged phoenix taking out the Dragon satellites. Oh. Record etched into the landscape. Oh. Well, I might need some help to see it. But a link would be good, and then I could have a check of that one. A land masher, I think so. Yes, that's the one. So one of these as well. So this is the Orion constellation that we've got here, guys. So this is the top of Orion, its head sort of thing, arms, belt, sword, feet. Now, this one, I think it's the middle one. Let's zoom in.
Zoom mode activated.
This slightly blurry one, I think it's the middle. It might be the bottom one, but I always think it's the middle because it normally looks a bit more blurry. Not just a star like our sun. So all of these other white dots we've got here, these are stars like our sun. Some bigger, some smaller, some brighter, some duller there. But this one, I think it's this one, this is actually a nebula of its own there. So it's a cloud forming various stars. I think it's that one. Telling you all the wrong thing there. We normally see a whole other galaxy, which is Andromeda, which is a galaxy that is on its way to merge with the Milky Way. But we've got a while yet, but that'll be quite dangerous when it does. You want to be around for that? Thank you, Kay. But getting some of the colours tonight, I'm glad that the moon has gone down now. We can really see that orange of Betelgeuse, because we were saying, weren't we, that Vega was our companion star during the summer there, really big, bright and purple, and we said, I think it's going to be Betelgeuse, I think it's going to be Betelgeuse during the winter, and now eventually, look, we've got Betelgeuse in range, and it is big, and it is bright, and it is orange. Let's actually get it right in the centre, shall we? See if that effect helps with the lens. Whoa. There we go, a little bit more orange. Can we go up? No, that's down. Oh, too much. It's still roughly the same orange, but there we go. See if we can see anything different going on in this patch of sky there. And imagine the view of that galaxy being as big as the moon. That would... you know what, Brett? I'd not even thought about that. But yeah, like, can you imagine actually seeing it so clear? I mean, I think you probably have to be quite close to it, wouldn't you? But yeah, that would be just a phenomenal sight in there. 2025. That's last year out. Yeah, we're getting some purples off into the distance there. But it should be April time that we'll start to catch the satellites again. Oh, Betelgeuse will be any time between today and 100,000. Oh, was it 100,000 years? They're pushing it. I thought it was our lifetimes that they were expecting it there, or not guaranteed, but that was more than likely. 100,000 years. All right, we might not catch it then, guys. There, and that'll be the view from Earth. 4 billion years when I would get it, start smashing into it. Have you seen those images of galaxies that are merging? And it's just like the chaos and the mess of it, though. How many stars and planets will get slung off out into deep space there? No, I did sadly that. Carrington events are scary. Definitely of our current dependency there. I'll have to have a look for it there. But yeah, no, the Carrington events are... with our dependency now, very, very scary. The potential that what could go wrong. Did it post this time? No. No, I've got Kate's one, but it didn't post it, sadly. How long would it take for Earth to die if it gets flung out of the solar system? Well, for Earth, not. I don't know, because it's going to have its internal sort of its core and stuff will still be warm and still be doing that. Its plate tectonics and things will still be in motion for quite a while, but most life would probably die very, very quickly. Not to say that all microbial or even in the water then, because still the plate tectonics, those thermal vents, we could probably still host life to some degree there. But I mean, it depends actually. Would it be enough for it all to be frozen there? So it's a good question, but not long at all. Yeah, so we are in a precise zone for it to be as life as it is like here. Trivia question there. Are there more ants on Earth or galaxies in the observable universe? I think it's got to be galaxies. It's always like a ridiculous amount, isn't it? Upside down there. Alright, I'll have a look. And, hey, there we go, correct. But yeah, so... that's actually an interesting point there. But actually, I'll give you there that, you know, turning things upside down like that, like, you know, our perspective of the Earth, the way we have our maps, is just our interpretation. Somebody mentioned the other day that there is a way that you could approach Earth, you know, if you're an alien species, if you're coming from a certain direction, obviously the rotation changes, but you know, it would look exclusively like a water planet. The Pacific Ocean is so large, there's a whole side of the Earth that is just water, but we just don't look at it. We have our maps orientated for those things there. V Sagittarius is due to go bright nova between 1 and 10 years. Should have been should have been 2025. Yeah, so it's, yeah, how good accurate are they? I wonder why I didn't like that one. Fingers crossed we're going to catch one of them, because they're rare events. Was it like the Middle Ages or something? It was the last one that we think was witnessed there. I'll try and remember those. 2 trillion galaxies, apparently. That's just unnecessary. The fact that, every layer that you look at the universe, and that is just the observable universe, isn't it? That is the thing. And something I heard about recently, I don't know if have you heard of dark flow? Because that's something I heard about recently, which is very, very interesting. Which apparently, right on the edge of the observable universe, and because the universe is moving, expanding faster than the speed of light, there will always be a part of the universe that we'll never see, never be able to interact with, because it's just moving away from us faster than we could ever travel with that expansion. But what we can see on that real edge, just on the inside, there are galaxies that we can observe that appear to be being pulled out of the observable universe at great speed. And the galaxies are not small things, and we witness to all sorts of very supermassive objects in the sky there, but we have no idea what could be so massive that is having this effect on those galaxies there, pulling them out from the observable universe. And we will never know, because we will never be able to see there. But what is lurking just outside of that visibility relative to us there? 20 quads. It's ants. No, I can't. 20 quadrillion ants. I mean, I know they're small and there's a lot of the buggers, but no. Oh, okay. I will forget the specifics, but yeah. Oh, let's move ourselves around again. We're losing some of the pretty stars. So, come on. Oh, no, don't want to spin. It's probably frozen over. Scientists drawing stuff out of a petri dish. I mean, I've heard crazier theories. Oh, that was a bright flash. Did you guys... Yeah, it's about there. Did you guys see that one? That was massive. That was like the size of Beetlejuice there. Giving up trying to call it Beetlejuice. My head says Beetlejuice, and that's what's going to happen. Say it like it's spelled. Oh, no. Oh, you bugger. Wrong way. That is a big old star. Is that Jupiter? That is massive. Hold on, let's go up to that one. Sorry, guys. Can we go any higher? We can. What's this big boy? Is that Jupiter? That is massive. Look at that. Size of that. It's like when the International Space Station goes. Where's my map? It's got to be planet, isn't it? Yes, that's Jupiter. There we go. Jupiter's in shot for you guys. I don't think we've had Jupiter properly in shot on the stream before, but that's bigger than it normally is. Crazy. Yeah. Zoom. Should we zoom in on it?
Zoom mode activated.
Your wish is my command, Kate. I mean, we can't see the red spot. How about if I turn it down? I mean, I don't think we've got much of a chance. I'll have to do this. Where's my... Oh, you know what? I didn't... Whoa, sorry, guys. I didn't know I could zoom in on that. There we go. We learn something new every day. Let's just do the brightness there. Didn't know I could do the full screen. Yeah, no, it hasn't really made any actual effect there. Well, come on. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, lots going on. Who doesn't sleep? Like literally 8/9 a.m. this morning. I went to bed at 1. 8 or 9 I went and got to sleep. Ridiculous. Dark flow, it sounds like the universal entropy, and the balloon generally explodes at some point. To the inevitability of all the atoms are slowly getting further all of the time until it dissolves. Oh, you know what? A universal entropy. I mean, I like that, yeah. And the only thing more populous than ants is the number of Amazon deliveries my wife makes. Hey, I'm guilty for that. I'm guilty. More eBay, but yeah. The Amazon ones, I'm still a bit of a criminal for that, yeah. The Pew Pew Stars. I haven't seen any tonight, up. I like what the moon looks like on a regular photo. Yes, it is like what the moon's like. Just think of how massive it is. I don't think... literally, I think that's the biggest object we've had. I mean, I feel like we've had Jupiter in shot before, and it's not been that large there. I can't get over that. That's massive. You know what? I might have to put my own stream on to sleep to it. I might solve it there. Oh, one. Oh, you caught one. I haven't seen it. It's up there. Was it a good one? Oh, I haven't even checked today, up. Why is it so bright at the minute? Hopefully. Oh, it was a baby one. Well, at least you caught one. Well, I mean, it's not been a 10 out of 10 for clarity, is it, guys? But it's still been good enough, and it's been nice to start to see a Beetlejuice in its orangeness there. Well, you missed the games, I think, didn't you? Or did you miss the deep dive? You're still busy with everything, Kate? Oh, it was a couple of days ago. Well, I should have caught that one then, but I don't remember. Oh, I have to have a look. Oh, yeah. Oh, hopefully resolve soon for you. If not, tell them Alan's coming for him and use his mind powers. Anyway, I think, guys, we're going to wind it up here for tonight. And maybe I'll actually get to sleep. I doubt it. But thank you so much for joining us, everybody, across all of the places that you have been joining us from. It's been awesome. I do appreciate your support, your awesome questions there, your talking your knowledge and stuff there. So do make sure, if you're not already, that you are following us, so you get those notifications when we go live. If it's clear tomorrow night, we will be doing a Skywatch. Again, it'll be maybe a little bit earlier tomorrow. I might aim for a 9 o'clock one, but we'll see. Between 9 and 10 UK time. If it's cloudy, we're doing the alien radio signal hunt there. So we'll look forward to seeing you all over there. Then have a good Sunday for everybody there. I will try. Can't promise Pluto, but thank you. But yeah, thank you so much for your support there. Gifters and subbers, patrons as well. Extra love there as well, because it helps us improve what we do. But you guys are awesome as well. Oh, and A up says Jupiter, the Earth, sits directly between Jupiter and the Sun, making the gas giant of Hipra. Ah, that makes sense. Thank you, A up there. And see you all tomorrow, guys. Have a fantastic Sunday there as well. 100 trillion neutrinos pass through your body every second. Neutrinos are amazing. I want to make a cloud chamber. I think that would be a cool little experiment there. But good night, everyone. And yeah, we'll all see you all